The world's most critical waterway is about to be shut down. In just the last 24 hours, the entire global economy has been put on a war footing. After devastating U.S. airstrikes targeted its nuclear program, Iran has launched a response that nobody saw coming. Its parliament has just voted to seal the Strait of Hormuz, that tiny channel where nearly a third of the world's oil passes every single day. The fuse has been lit. The question is, will the next 48 hours lead to a global economic meltdown or an all-out war? So how did we get here? The crisis exploded after a series of coordinated U.S. military strikes on 3 of Iran's most important and heavily guarded nuclear sites. Natanz and East. This wasn't just a slap on the wrist. The U.S. used a combination of submarine-launched Tomahawk missiles and massive bunker-buster bombs dropped by B-2 stealth bombers. The damage is being described as monumental. Satellite images have already confirmed that these facilities, which the U.S. has long called a primary threat, have been severely damaged. This wasn't a warning shot. It was a direct hit aimed at the very heart of Iran's ambitions. And it has started a chain reaction that is now threatening to spiral completely out of control. In a dramatic session, Iran's parliament gave the green light to close the Strait of Hormuz. Now the final decision is up to Iran's Supreme National Security Council, but the message is crystal clear. This is Iran's ace in the hole. The country's 10 navies, the regular force, and the elite Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy. The IRGC are now on their highest alert. The IRGCN is known for its asymmetric warfare tactics, and it is getting ready to unleash swarms of fast attack boats, lay mines, and harass any ship that even thinks about entering the strait. The threat alone has sent a chill through the international community. We're already seeing commercial supertankers making sudden U-turns to get out of the area. You have to understand, the Strait of Hormuz is the jugular vein of the world's energy supply. It's only 21 miles wide at its narrowest point, making it a choke point that we can't do without. Somewhere between 20 and 30% of all the oil the world uses each day flows through that channel. And that is not to mention the enormous amounts of liquefied natural gas headed for Europe and Asia. So what happens if it's closed? Economists are warning that oil prices could rocket past $130 a barrel. That would trigger runaway global inflation and shatter supply chains for everything you can think of. This isn't just about what you'll pay at the pump. We're talking about a potential global recession that would hammer every major economy. Countries like China, Japan, and India would face immediate and crippling energy shortages. With the global economy on the line, a military clash now seems almost guaranteed. Iranian officials are openly threatening the U.S. Navy, saying American warships will be their main targets. In response, the United States is flooding the zone. The USS Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group is moving into the region, joining other carriers in their fleets to create one of the largest U.S. naval buildups we've seen in years. This puts something like 40,000 American military personnel right in the line of fire. Sure, the U.S. has overwhelming military power with its stealth jets and guided missile destroyers, but Iran isn't trying to win a fair fight. Its strategy is all about asymmetry. Think swarm attacks with speedboats, clever naval mines, submarine ambushes, and drone strikes, all designed to create chaos and make the cost of this fight incredibly painful for the U.S. So here we are in a terrifying waiting game. The next 48 hours are everything. Any mistake, any miscalculation could light the spark for a much wider war. All it would take is one Iranian speedboat getting too close to a U.S. destroyer, one naval mine hitting a commercial tanker, or one proxy attack on a U.S. base in the area. American forces in Qatar, Bahrain, and Iraq are on high alert, as they're all seen as likely targets. And let's not forget, Iran could also unleash its powerful cyber warfare units to attack military and economic infrastructure. This situation is changing by the minute. If you want to stay on top of this escalating crisis and understand what happens next, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications.